Hello everyone. So welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing for Z-War 1. I generally don't do unboxings. I've done a couple of them, and a lot of the times the games I get probably somewhere in the realm of 2 to 3 years old. So I find that they're kind of the box opening videos are kind of flooded out there. But the reason I want to do one today is because this one literally got to my doorstep probably a couple of hours ago. I came across it and I really liked the premise of the game. I'm a big fan of zombie games, but I like the fact that this game was a 1 to 4 player game and it had a very story driven campaign. That's kind of what I look for in my games that I play on my channel here, is one that I can play, solo, and two that have a very immersive story that go from mission to mission. So that's kind of what drew me to this game. And this one was looks like a overseas game, so it did take a little while to get here, but it finally arrived, and I'm really excited to get it in there and see what the components look like. I haven't looked into it too much, and I missed the Kickstarter, but I was able to order it shortly after. So as you can see here, we have Z-War 1. This is the Total War box. This has the issue 1 box set plus issue 2 expansion and the Agent Z mini game. I did opt for the heavy metal edition. I am not a huge fan of painting. I've never really painted my figures. I do a lot of miniature games, but painting has just never been my thing. So I didn't want something that had the miniatures would have a little more stout to them, and so I opted for the metal, even though I knew I wasn't going to be painting them. So what we have here is with the backside, and kind of gives us an overview of what the game is and a little bit of the layout here and what our figures are going to look like. And I think these are going to be the resin ones, although like I said, I opted for the metal, so we'll see how those turn out. And another thing that's cool about the game is the printable terrain that they give you some free downloadable print and play terrain. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and look into getting some of those, printing them out and seeing what they look like. So, all right, without dragging this on too much, we'll go ahead and get this open here. Let's see what things look like. It's a big, thick, heavy box, so put that up here. All right, so first thing we got is part 1. Oh man, this is thick. That is a thick book here. Z-War 1. So this is like a comic book story game, and so what this is they lay out the story in a comic book fashion, and then during the parts, I guess this kind of goes into some of the rules as well. But when it actually gets into the comic book part, then you get through some of the story, and then when it comes up to a crucial moment in the story, then they give you a mission to run. So there's our chapter 1 is supply run. So there was some, if you want to go through and read the story, I'm not going to spoil any of that here. That's kind of one of my main reasons for getting this game, is I love story. I love story-based games, and this one really appealed to me. So it's real nice. The real thick book. The pages are real nice and thick, good color to them. So I'm going to have to kind of go through and read these rules and see how things apply, but I really like that. So that's cool. So we have part 1 here, and it looks like part 2, not as thick, but maybe they don't go into all the rules. Yeah, see, they don't go into as many rules, so maybe they has just as much story, but not, like I said, not as thick as part 1. Looks like we have a little, really not sure this is the same one, chapter 1 supply run. Is this for the little miniatures game? I'm not sure on that. It doesn't really say anything about this one. I'll have to kind of look into it, but it's a little small book. It's not very thick at all, and this is basically just, I believe this is just just the scenarios. There's no comic books. There's just, you want to read through the scenarios. That way you're not flipping through the whole part 1 and part 2 book. All right, so we have our tokens here. Nice thick cardboard on that, and they are double-sided. So that's nice. Okay, oh man, I hate it when I do that. So they obviously come out real easy. So you don't have to worry about really tearing through them if you're trying to open them. Looks like these are doors. I got a lot of different door models, which is neat. I like that. Gives you some options. All right, some more, couple of double-sided doors, different door models. These look like a trash pile with a little counter on them, which is nice. Some more tokens. This is nice. All right, those are all double-sided as well. All right, now we have our map tiles, and these are all just squared map tiles, but we have different buildings inside the tiles here. So, and like I said, they are double-sided and different on each side. Go through that. I don't see any numbering on the tiles themselves, so I guess when we're having to construct and set it up, we'll just have to construct it based on the image that they show on there, which isn't too bad. These are actually fairly large images, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. It's quite nice. All right. This looks like a lot of industrial. I've seen some homes, but looks like industrial for the most part. A lot of that, maybe I'm not looking at that right, but looks like a lot of it was industrial. I guess a lot of on the other side is, yeah, I guess neighborhood type places. So I guess it does mix the two. All right, so now we have some components here. This looks specific to Agent Z. Download the Agent Z rules and mission dossiers here. Okay, so this is just a little card telling you to download for Agent Z. And these are metal miniatures. I'll try to put them on the other camera here. I don't know if it's focusing in too well on it. It is pretty bright. Let me see if I can move that a little bit. Maybe that'll help. I guess I'll bring it down. Okay. So it came out pretty well. Oops. The detail on them is quite nice, I would say. And that's a female character. This is a male character. It's got a nice feel, although, I mean, the base is quite oval. I would assume that they could tip over pretty easy. They do have some nice weight to them. And this looks like a bow and quiver, so I'm going to have to work on attaching that to one of them. I don't know who. They both have shotguns, or they both have ranged pistols. So, okay. Well, I'll set that over here and see what else we got. So that's our Agent Z. I guess that has a different set of rules for it. All right, we have some dice. Nothing super unique about these. Just some D8s. One's red and 3 white. Okay. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm going to guess that these are the door stands. We have a whole pack of these door stands from the map. I think I've seen the way it's laid out. So we got a whole lot of these. These are hard plastic. They do have a little bit of give to them, so I think they'll hold up pretty well, and they have a nice flat base to them to sit on the board. So that's nice. I'll set those here, and I will wait to pull those out here in just a minute. So now we have our deck of cards. Let me go ahead and tear into these. Now I haven't read any of the rules, so I'm not sure about what different cards do or their stats or anything. I am purely just looking at this from an opening. So we have some director cards. Okay. Looks like search cards. There's only a few of those. Maybe they're sorted in a different way. Equipment. Okay. Armor, shotgun, pistol, 44, C4 explosives, thumper, armor, infected. Oh, they are kind of interesting. Search cards. They are kind of just all jumbled in here together. Equipment. Okay, stuff, med pack, pistol, assault rifle, ballistic, stinker. Oops. Alright, infected. Nasty. More director cards. I guess those are going to, I'm assuming those are going to be the AI. You draw those to see how the zombies are going to act on the board. More search, equipment. Okay, just trying to see how many of these are in here. More director, search, equipment, director. Okay. This is getting tedious. Infected, director, search, equipment, director. I wonder what the reason was to have them laid out in this fashion, and then equipment. Okay, so here is our cards. We have a few infected. Then we have our director or search and equipment. Like I said, I'm not going to go over the difference of each one of those, but all right. We have our tracker sheets, and this is where you track how much ammo one has. And I believe you could do it for all the heroes in the party, or each one of them can track their own sheep. Oh, man, they come off pretty easy. But there are a whole lot of these, so they're expecting a whole lot of gameplay out of that. And then we have our, I guess these are our player sheets, which gives us what stages you're in, who your character is, what weapon they're carrying, what equipment they have, maybe. I'm not sure. Their action points. You know, it's kind of like a little quick reference sheet that they give you here. Yeah, I guess whatever this is, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Maybe the different phases. Okay, so you go through different phases of the game. All right, so we have Han, Jack, Goose, Cole, Sam, Victor, and Cat. These are thick cardboard sheets, so they'll take some abuse, hopefully. We have one over here that I'm having trouble getting out of the board. No, two. Looks like some add-on tiles. I'm not sure why they're in this. This will maybe give it some variety on the board so everything's just not a square grid. It's kind of neat. All right, and then we have some box here. This is probably going to be our zombies. Okay. It's our metal zombies. All right. Came out. It's got a couple of different poses or models in here. But these are going to be all of our zombie figures. I don't know. I'm kind of half tempted to maybe try basing these. Not basing them as far as painting the base, but maybe putting a base color on them, because they're going to be the same color as our heroes, so they might be a little hard to tell. If I went with the resin, then I think the hero resins and the zombie resins are a little different colors, so I might have to do that for these zombies just so I can tell them apart easy when I'm playing on the board. They're quite nice. They came out real well. There's no jagged pieces. They don't look like deformed through the making process. This one has a gas mask on. There's a weapon and a gas mask, but he's supposed to be a zombie. Interesting. Okay, that zombie looks, maybe the other heroes are mixed in, because these have a shotgun. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, because this guy's got a gun. And here, he doesn't look like a zombie. But yeah, we'll just have to see what that is. We just blew the door shut. All right. Another one. Okay, so yeah, they're all in pretty good shape. Not bad. I haven't seen any that are bent up and these are kind of thin, especially where the arms are. but they're doing pretty well. So I'm going to kind of set these off. I thought those were going to all be the zombies, but they look to be kind of mixed in a little bit. Oh, I see. Okay, so no, those are going to be heroes and the zombies. And the reason why is because our last thing in the box here is going to be issue 2 miniatures. Oh, looks like some assembly is going to be required on those. I see the arm. I don't know if I can open that here on camera without. Oh yeah, I can. Perfect. All right, so we have our issue 2s. And it looks like this arm's going to have to be glued on because it's, yeah, there it is. It's got 2 sockets, like a ball socket. And here's the other one. It's got another, so that's 3 of these figures in there, and a dog figure. It's interesting. And then a ranger, just like an archer character. All right, so that is pretty much everything here. Let's see if I could bring this over here and do a little bit of a close-up on these things. So there's our stat sheet here. This is our character sheet. That's the way that looks. We have our equipment cards. We have our search cards, director cards. I have the miniatures I put back over here in the box for issue 2. And then our regular issue 1 miniature, zombies and the heroes. Infected deck, our door stands, our Agent Z. I'm guessing these 2 cannot be used for the regular game. Our tile cards, and then our part 1 and 2, and our scenarios. So that's everything for the box opening. Hopefully I can get this one to the table soon for a playthrough for the channel. I'm kind of hoping I'll get some time in the near future to do that. It's really one I've been wanting to play since I came across it a few weeks back. So I am excited about it. Thank you for joining me on the opening. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. And keep up to date with what's going on. Talk to you guys later.